Not long ago, deep in the Appalachian wilds, a group of drunken misfits joined forces to play Dungeons and Dragons. Inspired by boredom and equipped with loose morals and a questionable understanding of the rules, our heroes venture forth to explore strange new lands. So gather up your dice, your manuals, and your livers, and join us on a quest to make absolute fools of ourselves. This is Botched, a D&D podcast.
Previously on Botched.
My mobile task force, Alpha 173, used tampons. Infiltrated a hot zone full of nasty flesh zombies. We killed a bunch of cultists and stole their briefcase and their son, name of Carl. Brought him back to our house. It's not kidnapping if you're the one with the gun.
Welcome back, junior researchers, to the 10th episode of our 8th season of Botched, a D&D podcast. You guys, so we're going to start off a little bit after last time because, the Mobile Task Force has returned back to base, home base, Site 69, with their hostage in tow. So, you have one live cultist. My question would be, how do you want to handle this? Do you what sort of restraints would you like? What kind of room are you doing this interrogation in? Who's doing the interrogation? How do you want to deal with it? He's not yet awake, so.
Voice and Head, surely as members of the SCP Foundation, we're familiar with materials that would prevent people from doing things like dimension hopping, teleporting, stuff like that. We have a cell to put them in.
Anti-magic field.
Yes, there's a I can't remember the device off the top of my head, but yeah, it keeps reality bending from happening.
And we've completely searched them, right? And they don't have any
devices
all
they had on
rings
them,
or
there's some jewelry, there's some rings. They look like fairly standard gold rings. Looks like a wedding ring, and then maybe a class ring of some sort. One necklace, like a gold chain necklace. That's about it. Nothing else to it. And then a dagger, a ceremonial dagger, and then their red robe, and then the book that you took off of them, and that was it, I believe.
briefcase.
And the briefcase. Yes, the steel briefcase.
Anything fall out when we ask them to bend over, lift the sack, and cough? Voice and Head?
His hernia fell out a little bit, and then it back in there.
We shoved it back up in there for him. We're not monsters.
Sure.
That'll be useful in the interrogation.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll take away his robe, outfit him with some nice comfy gray sweats.
Okay.
Sit him down on a chair, zip-tied.
Okay.
Obviously, the nice thick zip ties.
Thick.
Oh, yeah.
Got it.
The titanium zip ties.
Okay. So the room that he's in, am I just sort of like what I would imagine a standard interrogation room? One-way mirror, a table, a chair. What are you guys thinking?
What about one of those operation theaters?
So that you're way up in the air?
Well, so people can watch up above?
Sure.
Lots of people with guns
Guys,
can watch.
You called me in here. Billy Crenshaw, interrogation specialist for the SCP Corporation. If you want to watch from the theater, that's great. I do like to do my work in the same room, not between the glass. So, however you can facilitate that, no problem. I will break this man.
Stetson, you want to head up in the stands and get a good look at this shit?
I mean, I kind of want to.
Yeah, I kind of want to watch.
But I kind of want to also take a crack at things since I am a swing theorist specialist.
Do you want to go?
I tell you what.
You want to start as stupid, crazy interrogator, and then I'll come in afterwards?
I feel like you do stupid, crazy better than I do.
Oh no, I just do
stupid,
empty, and cruel.
You guys do your thing. I'm going to go up in the theater with some popcorn, kick my feet up, enjoy the show. Y'all let me know if you need anything.
Question. Before you begin the interrogation, because again, they're not awake yet, did you want to go through the stuff that you confiscated and analyze it? Or do you want to start with the interrogation first?
Absolutely.
We need to get as much information as possible.
Okay.
Before we start talking, the main thing about an interrogation, voice and head, is knowledge, and whoever holds the more knowledge has the more power in the upper hand. So I kind of want to go through everything
Okay.
to, I don't know. How dangerous do I think opening this briefcase is going to be? Like, should I bring a D class in here to open it?
Well,
Will reading the book to get information turn me into a boogum?
you don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I'm asking you. What does my brain think?
I don't. You tell me what your brain thinks. Why would I
my
tell you
brain-
what your brain thinks?
God, my brain likes to drink boiled cheese dip. So, like, I don't always think that great. Hold on.
Denver cheese
you
dip.
two researchers, you need to tell me what I need to get out of this man. So if you have the most
Okay.
information to target where I'm questioning,
Now, Stetson, while you were out a couple of weeks ago getting your butt reduction,
Yeah, it was too much. My lower back started to hurt. So,
well, we noticed every time you'd turn around in a room, you'd knock a bottle
know.
or a beaker off of a table. It
just
just
got
got too much
expensive.
to bear.
it got expensive.
Well, Shayna executed a very, very clever system that I think we should make standard that I came up with, which is that we should have a D class in the room examining, have another D class watching through a camera, and just have that second D class describe stuff to us.
What was the name of this procedure that you made up, Stetson?
The we don't want to die.
you're
procedure.
I'm
Stetson.
Stetson. Sorry, I did I got a runny nose and a drippy throat. So,
It's called the Hopkins maneuver.
okay.
Yeah, Shayna named it.
That's why it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're setting up this scenario where you get your two D class. Who's playing what for D class? And who's the researcher overseeing?
I'll be the researcher overseeing Stetson Cleary.
Okay. Who wants to be the D class in the room, and who wants to be the D class in the booth?
fuck you.
I'll be the D class in the room.
Okay.
Sounds great.
And I'll be the D class in the
Stet-
booth.
Stetson, you're Stetson,
All
and
right.
you're observing.
I can do it. All right.
Use your big brain.
You're gonna feed instructions down to Tristan, who's gonna feed them to me, and I'm gonna go back the other way with
This
it.
is how
It's
we
a
keep
fucking-
everyone involved.
This is telephone. We're playing
Exactly.
Gartic phone.
Do you know how many times
yeah.
people have died because the people in the middle said it's something different from what the top person said? Yeah.
Great.
It's been
Luckily, Raul is still an E class right now, and he can't shoot anybody in the fucking head.
it wasn't. They got bombs in their heads. They
See.
just- Boom.
and Shayna's on medical leave.
That's true. Okay. So, what's the name of my D class that's in the tank, so to speak, with him? So, is it just the briefcase, or is it the briefcase, the dagger, and the book all in one
Yes.
room together? Okay.
Oh boy. Yeah, sure. I don't think that having them together is a great idea, but I think we should do it anyway because I'm feeling lazy.
Okay. So
Sorry.
there's a steel table, no chairs, and they are just equidistantly laid out on the table in front of the D class named.
My name's Skeeter, just Skeeter.
Okay.
It's my last name. It's not a clarification, okay? I'm a mechanic and a murderer, and I'm great at both of them.
Okay. And then who's the D class that's watching Skeeter?
Murphy.
Murphy. Okay. All right. Stetson, order them around.
Was there any lock or key or password to this briefcase?
Nope. It looks like the lock was taken off of it.
All right,
it's just
let's
got
just
the little flippy flappy things. You know how briefcases have a little.
Well, let's just open up that briefcase and get a look inside.
Hey, I'm Murphy. Who are you?
Hi, Murphy. I'm Skeeter.
Hi, Skeeter. He says, open the case.
Oh, okay. This case right here on the table.
Yeah, stupid.
All right, I'll flip it up. I'm going to flip up them clamps there, boys in the head, and I'm going to open it up just like this Samuel L. Jackson did in Pulp Fiction.
You do. There's no gold light that hits you in the face. Instead, it looks like there is a foam insert that just has a cylindrical, well, half cylindrical shape that's in the both the bottom and top portions of this case. There's no cylinder though; it's empty.
Oh, so it was like a sideways D, but now it's just empty.
Yes.
Ain't nothing in here. It's a nice case though. I could keep this case.
Scotty says it's empty.
It's empty. How could? Okay. Did he look all inside there, or did he just open it and
Hey, Skeeter.
tell him to go deeper?
Yeah.
Skeeter, he says, did you like feel around and look around in it?
Oh, I wasn't told to touch nothing. I was just told to open a case.
Skeeter, you got any family?
I do what I told.
Well, he's telling you. to look-
Do I have any family? No, I killed them.
Oh, all right. He says, feel around the cave. Look harder. Move stuff around.
Okay. I'll voice in the head. I'll try to pull out that foam insert, see what happens.
Yeah, it pulls out. No big deal whatsoever. And there's a couple, looks like a dime and a penny in the bottom of the case.
I found a whole 11 cents in here, y'all. Can I put this in my commissary?
Skeeter says he found a dime and a penny.
Does he have like any kind of tools in there?
No.
No, like radiation meters or.
Not unless you gave it to him.
No, I didn't.
Well, we can pass it
Okay.
around out for
I mean, you can have somebody, put it in there.
You can send it through the box.
Officer Murphy. Officer Murphy.
Oh, I'm not an officer.
Murphy.
I'm in for killing an officer.
Can he read?
Yeah.
Skeeter, can you read?
Yeah, I can read. The fuck you mean?
I mean, your name's Skeeter. I don't know.
I'm a mechanic. How you think I told the difference between metric and standard?
Wrench.
Yes, that's right. I use a wrench. That's very good, Murphy.
Yeah, he can read.
All right, tell him to kind of start reading that book and see what kind of information he can pull out of it.
So he can keep the change?
What change?
The 11
I
cents.
put that change in my pocket, voice in the head.
Okay, you do.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
He found 11 cents in the briefcase.
You found loose change?
Loose change.
Was that what the movie was inside the briefcase?
I don't think
Calling
we
it a
got that
movie
one
is
on the
pretty
inside
generous.
yet.
Okay. Well, yeah. You know what? No. No, he can't.
Hey, Skeeter, you can't have that money.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
It looks like he's keeping it anyway, Doc.
Oh, well, okay. Well, we'll get our 11 cents out of him, one way or another.
Sorry, Skeeter. He also said, follow up after you said you could read, that you got to open that book and start reading it out loud.
All right,
Out
I'll
loud.
turn to page 1.
What languages does Skeeter speak and read?
Skeeter, he speak English and Appalachian.
So
Metric.
the book looks
Metric.
the book's looks like it's kind of leathery. Skeeter, roll me an intelligence check.
All right, I'm a pretty smart fella. I made it to the 3rd grade. That's a 15.
You know what? That's surprisingly good for Skeeter, so I'm going to give it to you. You're going to guess that this is some sort, like, the book is kind of leathery, but like in a skin way. You think this book is made out of skin and that it's written in blood. That's what you're thinking. It's weird. It's a weird book.
Murphy,
Yeah.
I reckon this book was bound in the skin of the author's enemies, and he dipped his quill in their blood
All right.
to pin his thoughts.
Is that what it says on the first
I
page?
just puzzled that out with my brain.
Doc, he says the book's made out of skin.
Is there like a face on the front of the book?
There's
on the
not a
cover?
face.
I'm not talking to you. I'm
Okay.
talking to Murph.
Skeeter, what's on the front?
There's not a face. It's just, it might be scrotum. It's real soft and wrinkly.
Skeeter, there is a circle painted in blood, and then another smaller circle. Within that ring, there's a whole bunch of symbols that you don't understand, but there's a lot of squiggly lines with it. On the innermost circle, there's a bunch. There looks to be maybe a symbol of a sun, a whole lot of tentacles and things like that. Almost looks like a symbol for DNA, and then possibly like a walking cane with a couple lines through it. You're not sure. And then the very bottom of the entire circle is an eye with 3 spikes sticking out the bottom of the eye, like an eyelash or something like that. That's the only thing you see on the front of this book.
Oh boy, on the front cover there's this circle with all these crazy symbols. I reckon this guy was a Full Metal Alchemist fan.
Just one circle, or
It's a circle and another circle, and then I'll describe this.
Sure.
The symbols.
Great.
Doc? He says there's 2 circles and a bunch of symbols with a Cthulhu and all that other shit. He said before.
Hey, this is so frustrating.
Skater.
Yeah.
It's just does he know geometry? Like, what?
Do you know geometry?
I passed a physics course.
He says he's taking physics.
Okay, physics.
In 3rd grade.
I mean,
Third grade
mechanical
physics.
physics. Look. All right.
He also mentioned he likes anime.
The Southern Kennesaw Institute of Technology was a fantastic trade school for our young coal miners.
So,
all right?
Murphy, ask him if he can read anything inside this book.
No.
Skeeter, you can read them pages.
I can't read shit. You out of your mind?
God damn it! What is the point? All right,
I don't speak abyssal.
Murphy, tell him to take that dagger and stab the book.
Okay.
Skeeter. He says, see if you can stab the book with the dagger, but Doc, I also, there's them holes, and he's got 2 pieces of change that came out the case. Do you think they fit there?
In the dagger?
Not in the book. There's 2 circles, and he's got 2 circles.
Circles
One-
are way
one-
bigger than the change.
Oh
would be.
my
Well,
God!
that's- I mean-
Concentric
Literally,
circles.
what the fuck kind of D class do we have here?
I've
Y'all are
been
D
reading the
minus.
rest.
Murph, these
D-minus
ain't
class.
like holes. These are concentric circles, son.
Well, I felt like I was reading a lot of crime novels, and I thought I might have had an idea.
Well,
All right,
look,
Michael Crichton, calm the fuck down.
Now
and
my
do your
name's
job.
Murphy.
you tell Dr. Stetson I'm more of a blunt instrument man, but I'll give a shiv a shot.
You shiv that
I'll
book.
grab that dagger. I'll stab it right in the middle of this circle.
All right. You
Pretend like it's coming at you in the shower.
roll me a strength check.
It stole your biscuit off your plate.
Skeeter's more of a dexterous boy.
Yeah, well, this is more about
he rolled a
penetration.
17. How about that?
All right. You stab into this book, and you get about halfway through it, you would guess. No blood runs out of the book or anything like that. It doesn't react, doesn't do
Doc, you
anything.
scabbed the shit out of it.
The knife, though, has a nice feel to it. It's like a rich mahogany. The blade itself looks like it's been polished. It's a nice blade.
Murph,
Curved.
this thing is right well balanced.
He stabbed the book. Nothing happened. He likes the knife a lot.
I can keep the knife. I'll give you the change back.
It's actually. Oh, I can't hear him.
He says he'll trade you the change for the knife.
The knife is 15 cents.
Skeeter, sorry, it's only 15 cents for the knife, and you got 11.
Goddamn inflation, fucking Joe Biden! I swear to God.
He blames the president for the inflation.
That's fair. Fair.
No, that D class that died.
Oh, that's right.
He's
No, he didn't
inflating
die.
his
That
way
was
to
a different.
heaven.
That was a different universe.
I heard about it.
Voice and head,
Scott talks a lot when he's drunk.
Voice and head, I'm gonna go down to where Skeeter is.
Okay.
I'd
I'm gonna-
just stay here then.
Yeah, no, you can go back to your
Pudding?
cage.
A prison pudding.
Depends
Yeah,
on.
It's the meat pit.
I was gonna say, according to who you ask, they live in a meat pit.
It's shaped like a big old Weber grill.
Yeah. According to them,
All right.
not a barracks, but a meat
I'm
pit.
gonna take that. I'm gonna take that dagger away from the D class.
Good idea.
Oh hell! You ain't no fun.
I'm gonna send the D class back to Meatsylvania.
Okay.
You're good. You can keep that 11 cents.
All right.
And
I reckon I will.
I'm gonna flip through this book as he's taken away.
What languages do you speak and read?
I don't have any of that written down.
A voice in head. Surely Stetson would call his friend Scott, who, funny enough, speaks Aramaic.
Oh. Okay.
You would think I would
Seriously,
do that.
I wrote that shit down.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna try to read it.
All right. High,
You want to
low.
give me? Oh, you were gonna do high low. I was gonna say like quadrant. What? Like.
I mean, I'll give you a quadrant. I mean, you guys get that more right than you do the fucking high lows.
I haven't done one of these yet. So.
It's true, quadrant.
Third.
It was a 1.
Yeah. All right.
I think that's the first one gotten wrong on this show. So,
Well, I've
so
been
no,
on a
you
hot
don't.
streak.
You don't recognize this language as one that you know how to read.
I don't even know English that well, to be honest.
It's fair.
I'm more of a hands-on kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Braille.
Well, let me call that foot freak
Okay.
and get old Footsie McGee down here,
All right.
since I know he knows like weird
Foot stuff.
foot things and also weird languages to pick up foreign women, so that he can like take
He-
foot imprints and whatnot.
He learned Aramaic
st-
to pick up chicks.
Yeah.
Stetson. I don't know how many times I have to tell you this. I learned Aramaic because it's what Jesus spoke, and back then they all wore open-toed shoes.
Right.
Okay.
So
get
that
it.
you could cuck our savior? Well, I don't know. I don't get the point.
I don't know.
Look, I don't have time to explain the entire field of paranormal podiatry to you. Let me see if I can read this book for you.
He's really into the foot washing ritual that you have to do with the whole church thing
With
on
the little
Easter.
fishes.
with the ghosts.
And the
Fishes?
kissing.
Well, the kisses come from the little fishes.
I
Fish
have
kisses.
gotten kisses on my feet from 3 different popes.
I get the kisses because it's such a fishes.
Love fish
Oh,
kisses.
kisses.
Fish kisses. All right.
Kisses.
So you open the book and you look through it. And obviously, this is a religious text of some sort. And just flipping through it, it seems like there are 2 very distinct sections, one much older than the other one is in terms of the writing style, the language used. But essentially, the book refers to the worship of a god, Yaldabaoth, which is a god of flesh. And they refer to themselves as the Nalk. And I'm going to apologize to any SCP aficionados because I'm probably going to mispronounce this. But
Fuck them. They don't even know how to pronounce Keter.
that's fair. That is a fair point. Nalka.
dicks.
So they refer to themselves as the Nalka. And so you're reading through the book, and especially in the old version of it, they talk about lots of different little parables and stories and things like that. There's especially a lot of stories about the person who apparently founded this religion, named Gran Karcist Ion. And his stories are all about like going through a series of tests to better his body in order to transcend to the level of Yaldabaoth until until he overtakes them and becomes God himself. Though that part of the book is where that ends and the newish part starts. Basically, the newish part says, fuck all that. That's all wrong. And it talks about trying to perfect humanity to bring them to the level of godhood. And they talk a lot about perfecting the flesh and worshiping of diseases and pathogens and things like that, transcending the limitations of human flesh. A real big emphasis on no afterlife. So this is everything. So based on how this book is written, you're going to guess that there appears to be multiple sects within this religion. Though there is also an mythological origin story of sorts for Yaldabaoth. So the way that it tells it is that all people, but also all living beings were created by Yaldabaoth and given instinct and flesh and all that. And then humanity embraced machinery too much, which is the creation of the god Mechane. And this caused Yaldabaoth to basically get really pissed off and want to wipe the slate clean and send everybody back to the Stone Age.
Mechane?
Mechane, that's right.
What about McCable?
Mechamphetamine.
Yes.
Mechanate.
Mechane, 2024. Kane Palin. So, according to the myth, Mechane constructed a cage around Yaldabaoth with his own body, and so the cult, the Nalka, seem to be really interested in not only transcending their own flesh, but also freeing Yaldabaoth from her metallic prison through some means or another. And again, there's lots of flowery language in here. The first part of the book is really anti any type of machinery or technology of any type. The second half, the one that seems like it's much newer, like a New Testament, that one seems like it's pretty okay with technology and machinery as long as it, helps them meet their own ends, So,
Classic Amish Mennonite tale.
So essentially what you're getting out of this is that, they're looking for an ascension of all humanity and life on the earth to a form more fitting of the flesh god's vision. That's what you get out of this book. And it takes you quite a while to read all this because it's a thick, thick book. But yeah, so that seems to be it.
Stetson, let me give you the short version. It looks like a bunch of different religious weirdos took turns checking an incomplete Cronenberg script out of the library and writing their own fan fiction in here.
Okay.
But apparently these weird motherfuckers, carcinogens,
Yeah.
they worship that flesh stuff we found in Russia. Or maybe not. I don't know. They like it. I tell you what, they like that shit. All right? And they want to wipe the slate clean like Ted Kaczynski and turn us all into Cronenbergs.
Okay. I know some words you said there.
Yep.
Roll intelligence
I'm smart.
checks. All of you, all your
That's
researchers.
a 15 for Scott.
Okay, 15's pretty good.
17.
Billy's in the room taking information, and
Okay.
he got a
Writing down.
17 as well.
Billy, you weren't present for the thing that, so you wouldn't know, I guess.
Well, I need to know everything.
Your wig lady would know, but you wouldn't. 'Cause
She's
you
on
weren't.
medical leave.
Yeah, she's on medical leave, so she would
Yeah.
know if she were here, but she's not here. Both of the other two, though, you recall your time over in the alternate dimension and dealing with those fleshy masses, and that sounds kind of similar to what they're talking about in this book in terms of, making people ascend to a more natural form that would be more in line with Yaldabaoth's vision of like a perfect fleshy being. So that seems pretty
I
similar.
am glooping, you are glooping, we are glooping, we all gloop together.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm the
Stetson,
gloop and the
you
gloop is with
remember,
me.
You remember when we were doing that VR thing and the mangy mutt and the chihuahua and the beagle all reenacted that scene from The Thing?
Oh, yeah.
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 I think that's what we're dealing with here.
Okay, well, why don't we, let's wake him up. Let's talk to him. Scott, what do you think?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously Billy is itching to get into that butthole.
Yeah, I mean,
So let's wax up his fingers
you guys could.
and let him slide on in.
Why don't y'all call Shayna too? Maybe she'll answer her phone if you really need to know.
She was getting her bunions removed? Why was she on medical leave again?
I think she was just getting her hair dyed, Stetson, honestly.
Oh,
Or
Hi.
fresh.
I mean, it's not purple naturally.
yeah. Oh. Okay.
Her roots were showing a little too much. She had an appointment. It takes all day for those women to do their hair.
I guess so.
Now, let's give her a call. Maybe she'll answer.
Bring, bring,
All right, I'll call her.
bring,
I'll put her on
bring.
speaker.
Yeah, I don't have her number. She won't give it to me.
Yeah, I don't blame her.
bring, bring, bring.
What do you want?
This is Stetson McCleary. We worked together.
I
at the
saw it
SCP
on the caller
Foundation.
ID.
Site 69. Is this Jane? Is this Jane?
We work
Jana?
together every week.
Hi, Shayna.
Shayna.
You're both here.
Oh,
I'm not on speaker, but I know you're there.
You're
I
on
just say
speakerphone.
hello.
You're on
It's
speaker.
Scott Hopkins.
We found a book. We read this book about getting gloopy with God.
Uh-huh.
With the cult guy.
Yeah. Gloopy the cult god.
Yeah, he wants to make everyone Cronenbergers and have like a cookout.
And like an ascension?
Is that like a potluck?
And what do you want from me?
Statue, did she mention the Ascension?
She said something about the sensions. The senses.
Holy shit, that bitch is smart as hell.
Extensions.
Extensions. She's getting
Oh,
extensions.
she's getting extensions.
Yeah.
God, never mind. Never mind.
So, why don't you guys just tell me what it is you want me to tell you about in kind of a montage scene, then we'll roll for it.
There's gonna be a montage.
Why did you call
I
her?
mansplain as hard as I ever have, voice and head.
Okay.
As hard as I ever have.
Okay.
With a
Lectures.
14.
You do. You
And
tell her everything.
I spice it up with whatever Stetson McCleary can do.
Charisma.
No. 5.
No.
You don't enhance anything.
No.
You distract from the story.
Why is he just breathing heavily into the phone?
Yeah.
Well, because I got pollen in my office.
Okay. I do it. You want like a history or intelligence or?
I don't know what you guys are doing.
You said Shani would know if she were here.
Well, yeah, but
we
like they
called her and
already
told
know because they already
just keeping her
rolled
up to
high
date.
enough. Okay. Yeah. So they just
Like, I know
inform
she's
you
on-
everything.
Like she's on PTO.
Yeah.
Oh, we wanted to see if her women's intuition would lead us to any additional knowledge.
No.
No? Okay, bye, Shayna. I press hang up on
She already
on
hung up
Stetson's
on me.
phone. She's gone.
Yeah. She's gone.
She's been gone for a while now. I hope she gets good extensions.
Shayna goes back to her scheduled downtime of
It's
self-care.
just a spa day,
It's a spa day.
and we're
Yeah, it's
ruining
great.
it.
Yeah.
Well, Billy, I think it's time to clear the mechanism. I'm going to get up in those box seats and chow down on some Orville Redmuckers.
Okay. So as Billy prepares to start the interrogation, that's where we're going to take a break.
It's me, Philip D, cutting into your episode once again to talk to you about patreon.com/Botch Podcast. You haven't supported yet? Why the hell not? No, I know you're fast forwarding. I mean, I know that there's about 10 of you that are hearing this, but listen, patreon.com/Botch Podcast is dope. $3 a month, literally less than a beer, at any bar that you go to, will get you into the Discord, which is full of the Island of Misfit Toys community that we have. It's a safe space of fucking wonderfulness. $5 a month? How about an extra couple, 1,000 hours of content that we've been making since 2016? $5 a month, man! It's great. It's a PBR and a fucking tip to your bartender. There's more, though. I mean, you can do $10 a month, get an item into the show. $30 a month gets you at the end of every episode. Your name is called out as a great Patreon producer. And $50 a month gets you into the secluded club that is the one-off bi-weekly games that we play with patrons. I can tell you right now, with me and my patrons, I'm running a game. I'm DMing it. I don't DM well, but they're having fun. It's set in the Fallout universe, and right now, as we speak, we're going through New Jersey. Why would you not want to do that? Hang out with other patrons. Get shit on by me, Tristan, or even Steve, and just support us. We could use it. We need it. We don't abuse it. And Chonky really needs that beer. So that's patreon.com/Botch Podcast. Let's get back to this shit show.
we're back. All right. Billy, the floor is yours. The other two researchers, Stetson and...
I want to be down here for it.
Oh, Stetson wants to be in the room.
Yeah, I want to be in the room where it happens.
Okay.
I'm up in the peanut gallery, voice and head.
Yeah, I can't remember your name. Scott?
Scott
Scott
Hopkins.
Hopkins.
Scott,
here,
there we go.
Paranormal podiatrist.
Yep, Scott's up in the rafters with some snacks of some sort.
I've got popcorn. I've got a big old bowl of it.
Okay.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Cracker Jacks, possibly.
No.
Corn dog.
Disgusting.
Nutritional yeast.
Snow nuts.
Snow nuts. What are snow
That's what they're called, right? Snow nuts.
What are snow nuts?
You buy them at the theater. They're shaped like little testicles. They got little white sprinkles on them.
Snow caps.
nuts.
Snow caps.
They're caps. They're not testicles. What are your testicles shaped like?
No, I'm pretty sure mine are snow
They're
nuts.
ribbed,
cones.
just like my nuts.
I don't know what theaters y'all are going to, but I got snow nuts at mine.
You're eating melted snow caps.
Just like he has that cookie shop in his malls down there. Right. Likely story. All right, so
Cookie-topia is real, Dennis.
sure. You two go into the interrogation room. The individual, since it took so long to read the book, is awake and is pretty relaxed. Not like frantically moving around or anything, but just sort of sitting in the chair. You notice that he has dark black hair, though it is pretty short, I would say. Not like a buzz cut or anything like that, but more like kind of like my hair, short-ish.
Oh, great. I'm going to walk in.
And two colored eyes. He has a brown eye and a blue eye.
Oh, Bowie.
Yes. And he's just sitting there. Is there a table or just a chair in this room, by the way?
He's tied
There's
to a chair.
table.
Like he's
In
tied to a
front of a
chair.
table.
Yeah,
in front of a
there's a
table.
table.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there other chairs for you two or no?
Oh, no, I'm going to be standing the whole time.
Okay. I
I
just
got,
didn't know
I
if
got
there
a chair.
Okay, I just didn't know if there was anything else in the room with you guys.
Wait, so we're not doing an operating
It's an
theater
operating
thing. It's a
theater.
regular interrogation room.
It's an operating theater, but instead
It's
of
an
a surgery
operating
table,
area.
Okay.
it's got an interrogation room set up like
Got it. Okay.
It's like a little
so
set.
I do have a seat up there. I'm not
Yes.
just watching from the fucking ventilation system like a psycho.
Yes. Well,
All right.
you're still a psycho, but yes.
Well, I am watching like a psycho, but I don't look like one.
We got it.
Okay, anyway, y'all go ahead.
We put together this set so that I felt more at home in my
Sure.
natural environment.
So you come in. He doesn't seem to react. His eyes glance over and look at you to follow you as you guys enter into the room, but he doesn't say anything. He's got a pretty even-keeled demeanor about him.
I'm
Hey.
going to walk over to him.
Okay. He's looking at
Just
you.
whisper in his ear. Shh. And I'm gonna-
He makes a face like,
And I'm going to brush his hair.
now you're just being weird.
Kiss him.
Just
Kiss him.
slowly brush his hair.
So
With a comb or a brush?
Yeah, with a brush.
Okay. He he makes a face for a second and then evens back out, thinking that this is obviously some sort of intimidation tactic to break him, and he's not going to break. So
That's fine. I'm still going to brush his hair.
it's fine, like a My Little Pony doll. I got it.
so tell me about this Yaldabaoth guy.
What's there to tell? It's the one true
don't know.
God.
You New or Old Testament kind of fella?
I would say that I'm a New Testament kind of fella.
All right, I'm not gonna be able to scare him with electronic devices
No.
off the table.
I mean, of the the stuff that you took from him, like he had a watch, a phone, stuff like that. So I mean,
Okay.
he had technology on him. They were just standard devices, nothing special about them.
All right,
Aside from
so-
them being kind of expensive.
and I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Mikhail.
Mikhail.
I was going to do Stefan, but I was like, nah. We'll go Mikhail.
Mikhail, tell me about this perfection of humanity leading to ascension. I usually turn people away at the door who are trying to sell me their religion, but give me your pitch.
Well, I mean, look at your body. I mean, do you get sick ever?
Constantly.
Yeah?
Exactly. So you're flawed. Sickness, if your body is strong enough, you just adapt to it and you don't even feel it. It enhances you. So your bodies are weak.
Is this motherfucker just a Christian Scientist?
Is it? Are you part of those people that just drink piss on Yik Yak or what?
drink piss? No, I don't drink
Yeah,
my
you
own
eat
raw
piss.
chicken out of a jar.
On Yik Yak.
What? No, I don't eat
I'm
raw
gonna put
chicken
it-
out of a jar either.
Do you maybe like tie potatoes to your feet to leach toxins out
What?
through your socks?
No, none of these
That's
things.
not part of that. All right.
No.
I'd just seen some stuff on the.
I'm pretty
on the
sure you guys are
Facebooks.
just making up things.
So like your body is real strong.
Yeah.
You overcome sickness.
Yeah.
What about other physical stimuli? Are you like the best arm wrestler or what?
Sure. Untie me. Let's arm wrestle.
No.
I'm gonna take out a small jar.
Of chicken.
Chicken and piss and potatoes.
piss
of,
chicken.
Of maple syrup,
Okay.
and I'm gonna drizzle it on his fingers.
He's looking at you, and he's just like, what? Okay, you drizzle maple syrup on his fingers.
Yeah, just slowly.
Okay.
Wait, are the
Like-
Maple Leafs going to the World Series? Is that what you're trying to tell
Put
me?
it on his toes.
Like he's looking at you again, like slightly confused for a second, but he thinks like this is just some sort of weird intimidation tactic because he's not having it. He's not coming off as being intimidated. He just
That's
goes
fine.
right back to focusing on the person that matters, which is Billy, and not the crazy person.
I'm not a crazy person.
You're combing his hair and putting maple syrup on him. You're crazy.
I'm not a crazy
I radio into Stetson because I see that into Scott because I see that his line is blinking in my earpiece.
Hey, ask him how strong you need to be to overcome the thickness.
The thickness. I mean, he can hear you. What do you think about that?
You're right up there.
Yeah, but I was simulating being in his radio
Oh.
because he wanted to do the radio for some reason.
Okay.
I just crushed the radio on the ground.
Okay.
God damn!
I hate technology too.
This guy can do anything.
I-
You better tell him what he wants to know.
I don't mind technology.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's try with a little. What do you got? You guys want to go like psychological, physical, or medieval, or Stetson?
I
Do you want to love him?
I take out of my my coat, like the inner pocket. I got like this
Sausages.
little box. It's about like 1 inch by 2 inch,
Uh-huh.
and he's on a chair, right?
Yes, he's got his arms strapped to the arms of this metal chair.
And how much like room is there on like the armrests of the chair? Is there any room or anything like that?
What do you mean, like a separation
so if
between
I-
his
if I-
arm? Or?
Yeah, well, not separation, but like towards the end of the.
Oh,
the armrest.
the way I imagine it. He has his elbows all the way back to the back of the chair. like-
Exactly. So is there like a little bit of room where his fingers would be?
his hands are sticking out over the ends of the chair.
Okay, so I'm just gonna rest this little box on like maybe the top of his hand.
Okay, you could do it
And
right in. If you go too far in front of where the
Well, he can't
straps
move his,
are.
He can't move his hands.
you
right?
can flippy flappy his hands around a little bit. He's
Well, then I'm
he's
just-
zip tied around the wrist to the chair, and then his hands are sitting off over the edge of the chair. So he doesn't have a very wide range of movement though, so he can't really.
I'm just
Go
gonna turn my back to him so he can't see what I'm doing,
Okay.
and just open up this little box real quick and
Okay.
tap out the ants that are inside that box
You have ants?
onto the maple
biting
syrup
ants, yeah.
fingers.
Okay. What kind of ants?
They're just like fire sugar ants.
They're fire. What? There's a
Fireball
great.
ants.
There is a big difference between fire ants and
Did you
sugar
ever
ants.
see like? Did you ever see like the
Indiana
Crystal
Jones?
Skull? Crystal Skull.
What kind of
movie?
ants are those?
Those are fire
Neither.
sugar ants.
Those are not fire suger ants. They're
I
just
saw
piranha
that movie.
ants?
they're like
I saw that
Amazon
movie.
ants.
They fit in like a little box, and I just.
There was no big butt. They were in a fucking giant mound in that movie.
Well, I know, but I caught them in a little box.
What is a mound but a box of earth?
So you caught like 4 and put them in the box?
That's all I
Getting
need.
bitey.
Okay. So you put 4 ants on him.
So they can eat the sugar fingers.
So they're eating his hands.
Yeah.
Okay. So you put them on his sugar hand,
Sugar hands.
and they start to eat at the maple syrup, and they also chomp a little bit at the hands. And he just stares at you with no affect, and like doesn't seem to notice any
I'm
of the
gonna
pain.
put my finger up to his lips. Shh.
He's just eye contact with you, no sound whatsoever.
All right. I mean, these
Like
guys
tilting
have
his head
obviously-
slightly and like, oh, that's cute.
These guys have obviously put
You
themselves
wait.
through the ringer physically.
You wait.
Let's do a little. Let's give him some time in the hole with a hood on.
Should we put like a CD on?
Oh, at random intervals, at random volumes.
Good,
When you
good.
say
fellas!
in the hole, are you putting him in like a cell or?
Solitary, but
Okay.
also sensory deprivation with a hood on, so he can't see, so he's in
Okay.
darkness,
Okay.
and then blaring music, so he can't sleep.
Okay.
And we'll just do that for a while.
Is it in complete darkness as well, or?
Well, no, he's just got a hood on, so he can't.
Okay, he just has a hood on. Okay. Okay. You put him in the cell. Are there any cameras in the cell?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can see. All right.
So this is gonna work, Billy?
I mean, the mind can only take so much.
Okay.
Human beings are social creatures.
You
Yeah,
put
but
him in
I-
there?
No one's immune to solitary.
There's cameras on him too, so we can watch.
Yeah. So he's just sitting in the middle of the. Did you get your ants back, or?
Nah, they're burrowing into his fingernails at this point.
I
It's been
mean,
like-
well, so like,
It's been-
how is it? What are his wrists attached to now? Because he was zip tied to a chair. So I assume you're taking him
we
off
just
the chair.
we picked up the
Oh,
whole
you picked the
chair.
whole chair up. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. Okay. So it's just okay.
It's a pretty
It's on wheels. It's an office chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's seems to be totally fine. Though you notice that the ants, after a while, after they've like really dug in there to his hands, they just kind of stop moving. After
They're
a
probably
while,
full.
they're just standing perfectly still. Like
What's up, Scott?
Mid bite.
Hey, fellas.
Mm-hmm.
Shayna and I, we studied a really interesting anomaly a couple weeks ago. This guy thinks he's so fucking strong. Why don't we give him a sip of SCP-420?
Is that like a drink?
Yeah, well, it's called aggressive skin condition, Stetson. It's gonna give him super cancer,
Drugs were
and
my.
only we have the cure.
It takes quite a while.
Yeah, that's perfect.
It takes a while, but we can get that information.
The drugs were my next step, so I think we can advance right on to that because I was going to go with all
Why-
kinds of drug withdrawal.
What do you
Next.
think? Why do you think my ants stopped eating?
Out of sugar.
Maybe they got full, Stetson. I don't fucking know they're ants.
Maybe he killed the ants because they're just ants and his hands are free.
I'm not the goddamn ant whisperer over here, Stetson. They're your ants.
Can I do a nature check?
Sure.
You're their queen now.
17.
They shouldn't be just sitting there totally still, like no movement whatsoever. They're just like frozen in place.
The ants are his now, Stetson.
Build my soda. Vodka.
They recognize a new queen.
Something seems off. Roll me perception checks.
It's a critical 20.
You think he's on a loop on that camera and he's gone?
I rolled a fuck.
Billy got an 18.
Scott doesn't see shit. Billy and especially Stetson, you notice that like there's movement within the bag itself. Like a little bit of movement around here, even though like his body's not moving. There's a little bit of movement going on. And then it's sort of like it's only for a few seconds, and then it settles down. And then,
All
it's-
right, well-
and then he just goes back to sitting still.
Take
send,
him out.
Send the incendiary alarm to burn the hood off in a flash with phosphorus.
I don't think
It's got a little thing in it. It just
it wouldn't
fires
just
off.
burn the sack.
Yeah, it's
not how
fire
phosphorus
cotton.
works.
It's magic super technology.
Magic super
we have it.
No, no.
Over the
It's
SCP
fire
Foundation.
cotton.
Oh, no,
fine.
no.
Send a D class in there to take the hood off.
Okay.
Let's send a D class in there with a lighter.
You got
Just have him slowly go around.
you guys got that Skeeter guy still?
Ugh. Yeah, but let's charge him to go in there.
11 cents.
You just
Well, you
take,
want me to do what for how much?
take the man's hood
Oh,
off in
shit,
solitary.
I'll just stay in the cell.
No, you won't. And we grab him out and we throw him in
God
there.
damn it! That's my dime. I earned it.
Take his hood off.
Take the man's hood off.
Take the man's
All
hood
right,
off.
I'll take his goddamn hood. Just get off of me. I'll walk in there and I'll take his fucking hood off.
And ask him about the ants.
Hey, what? You kill them ants?
There's no response.
I take his hood off.
Roll me a dex save with disadvantage.
Sure. Well, that's a 20, non-natural.
All right.
That's a 9. So I got a 9.
Okay. So you take the hood off, and whatever this guy was, his head right down the middle has split in half, and his two separate mouths that leap out, and each one bites you in the fucking neck. And like the head itself sort of like wriggles free from the rest of the body, and the body
Containment
seems to
breach.
start to like fall apart into different pieces, each piece with mouths and like different little limbs, almost like a centipede, and they just rip apart Skeeter, like just fucking rip him apart. And then yeah,
That sucks.
what are you guys doing?
But I was so lovable.
Well, the security door is still closed.
It is.
Stetson, Scott, do you want to burn that sucker or what?
How likely do we think it is that it's gonna break out of there?
I don't know. We could try to observe it.
Take some readings.
Intelligence check.
I rolled another fuck.
You're
16.
14.
you
For
two.
those at home that don't know, I have a set of custom dice that the one says fuck.
So you botched.
I botched.
Those
Ever-
are new dice?
Yeah, those are the new dice. He's already double botched with that. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. From
Yeah,
your
get him out of the
friends,
way.
right?
Come out of the
Thanks,
way.
guys. Haven't rolled a single 20,
I
but
definitely-
two botches in a row.
Definitely
Appreciate
didn't
it.
make that joke about weighting that die.
They certainly weren't loaded. Let me look at the air bubbles in this fucker.
Those aren't air bubbles. That's lead. The two of
Liquid
you that
lead.
are not into foot
It's
fetishes,
Mercury.
Yeah.
you realize that, you just put him in solitary confinement. It's not really, it's like a tall-ish room, but it still has a ventilation duct in it because it's not like a containment unit. So it could definitely get out of the vent that's in that room.
Is there like a microphone in there or like a...
Yeah, there's a speaker in there and a camera.
Flamethrower.
I'm just
No,
gonna,
not a flamethrower.
I'm going to just hit the button.
Beep boop.
Stop.
Does it make noise? Does it
work?
scream with its mouths?
What's your persuasion check?
Yeah, roll persuasion.
I feel like I should get on the radio and call in for a fire team and like a
That's a
literal fire
critical
team.
20.
Wow. So part of the you know what? We're gonna do. Roll me a d6.
Okay. It's a 3.
Okay. His right leg, his right arm, and one of the two heads, the brown-eyed one, stop.
Had a girl.
The other 3 or 4 portions of him skitter scatter up towards the vent. Where
Where are we at with that fire team?
Well, I mean, they weren't
we got,
standing
like-
outside the door.
I know, but there's got to be some sort of like lockdown procedures for the ventilation system.
Oh, yeah.
Especially
We
'cause there's, like-
definitely have,
Oh, yeah.
have vent things like an alien that are shut.
Sure.
So we
We do
do
that.
that.
Okay. So he gets up into the vents, and then you shut it down. So it seems like it's
Contained.
stuck in there. It's
At depth.
it's obviously contained in the vent. It's obviously not going anywhere. Obviously.
have heat-
Billy, you got that fire team here yet with their fucking incendiary grenades or what?
So imagine
I
you have
called
your
it.
vent in sections. It's stuck in a specific section of the vent.
I called the fire team.
Okay. Where's the fire team going? They going in?
It's gonna go open the front door to the solitary and burn.
Yeah, because they're not
The-
moving.
the
Oh,
things
the
that
pieces that
stopped.
are just sitting in there. Got it.
Yeah.
So you open the door. They
we're
freak
leaving.
out a little bit.
Yeah.
They light the flamethrower. Boom. That stuff's burnt to a crisp. Dead.
Nice.
So that all that remains is what's in the vent.
So then, can we turn on the vent to pressurize that section, and then open up the vent door back into the solitary confinement,
Like to shoot it?
pushing everything back down into the room?
Yeah, because it made a vacuum because it sucked up all the oxygen.
You could,
And then they can shoot it with the flamethrowers?
you could try that.
I'm going to try that.
Okay. So you pressurize that section of the vent, and then you open the doors,
Steady.
and the flamethrowers are there waiting.
Nothing comes out.
Nothing comes out,
All right.
other than some pieces of metal.
Piece of metal.
Shoot its way through. Okay.
Shoot its way through what?
Fellas, we got a goddamn containment breach. we need to retreat to the next level, shut everything down, and burn everything in this fucking section.
All of a sudden-
I don't care who it is, or if it has a new puppy or daughter, it's dead now.
You hear a lot of in the walls, like all around you, but also like giggling and snickering.
It's probably the ants.
A little bigger than ants, you would guess.
So TTs?
Billy's sticking with the fire squad.
Titties?
TTs.
I don't know what TTs are.
Billy draws his pistol. That's all he has.
Okay.
And the briefcase full of drugs that he was going to inject that guy with to try to make them go through withdrawal symptoms.
And all I have is a Louisville Slugger.
A Louisville Slugger.
I can't believe I'm going to die with this nerd.
Okay.
All I got is this big ass dick.
Are you like sounding the alarm? Or are you putting the
Yes.
building on
He said
lockdown?
he said put it in lockdown and then
Okay,
we're on a containment
got it.
breach.
It's a containment
All right,
breach.
first thing
We're
he
fucking
said.
full containment
So
breach.
yeah, so the lights change. It's no longer the bright white lights, but it's the red flashing lights, and it has a very, very nefarious sort of tone to it now. But yeah,
Beep, pop, beep, pop, boop,
Now,
beep.
voice in head, surely Site 69 is structured in a standard SCP fashion where each level of the facility has a single access point to get to the next level.
Yes.
You shut that access level off.
yeah. It's
All
also
right,
more
so-
below ground than above ground.
Right, yeah, we're all the way down.
I mean, you're not
So-
all the way down, but you're
We're
down.
all the way down.
all the way down would be where the nuclear on-site bomb is. So
So I've called containment breach. We're shut off now.
sure, you are.
And
You're in here
it's
alone
us and the
with it.
fire team.
Yeah.
Guys, it's time to do some big dick shit. I mean, it's time for you to do some big dick shit. I will be here for moral support.
Okay. And you hear every so often just the echoing of little skittering noises.
So we had, what, 2 or 3 flamethrower guys?
Yes. And you know there's 4 pieces
3,
of this
heard.
thing
All
left.
right.
Yeah,
So
3
we
flamethrowers.
form a tight triangle
And you 3 ding-dongs.
with a point, a rear, and then a side guard.
Okay.
Everyone's glancing around. We should move towards the access point with all post-available haste to get these important researchers back to the safety of the upper levels.
Okay.
And voice in the head, on the way, can I just do a quick detour into Shayna's quarters so I can grab some hairspray and a lighter?
Sure.
Cool.
She's not gonna like it. She's not gonna like
She'll
it.
be fine.
Do you know how much hairspray costs?
You did a quick detour by yourself?
Well,
No.
I'll ask the guys if they
I
come
went
with me.
him. I went with him.
You went with them.
I think
Okay.
the flamethrowers will be fine, Doc.
I think we should all stick together to make sure that
Yeah.
we're not infected with fucking weird-ass flesh virus.
So we're gonna have to go.
So why
Waste-
would we detour instead of going straight to the access point?
Okay, fine. You know what? You're right. Get me to the elevator.
That's what we're doing.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, good.
But
All right.
nobody can leave.
And you, Stetson. You two are the most important researchers here.
Well, I know, but what if we're infected?
You're not.
Find
I
out.
would like to do an insight check on Billy Crenshaw, please.
Sure. So
He seems
you could also
really
roll
fucking interested in
intelligence.
getting to the exit. That's a 22.
Okay. I mean, Billy seems. I mean, aside from just being a nut job who's gung ho, you don't think he's infected, but also, you seem to recall if it were the flesh that hates, there would be like a redness to the flesh, whereas this guy had no such redness. It just seemed like his body split apart.
Oh, that's a huge fucking
deformed.
relief. It's just the thing. It's not a goddamn.
It's just a
flesh that
monstrous
hates.
creature, not the flesh that hates. It's not an infection, because you'd all be fucked at this point already. So
Nobody trusts anyone now.
you're all
that's
moving.
what-
Nobody
We've-
fucks
We have
anybody
been together
anymore.
the entire time, and we all see each other. Let's keep going.
So you're all moving
Right.
towards the elevator.
Okay, Billy.
Access point, elevator.
Knowing
Are
what
they
I've
different?
realized now that I've calmed down a little bit.
Okay.
I think instead of immediately opening this containment breach and allowing it to spread throughout the facility, we should instead focus our efforts on finding all those little flesh critters and killing them to death.
Yeah,
And four.
that was the whole point.
Yeah, exactly.
You get real squirrely when shit hits the fan.
Look, I lost my shit temporarily. I'm fine now. I'm
Okay.
just going to take a little
What was
nap.
that noise that you made?
Is he calling the creatures?
That
It's
came
like a
from the
book
other
of
hole. Don't
noise.
worry about
Roll
it.
perception.
Billy's hot with a 22.
Fucking 8.
Okay.
Perception is 18.
Okay. Billy.
Billy's hot with a 22.
Okay. Scott kind of sort of hears it, not as well as the other two. You can hear this echoing voice sort of bouncing around in the walls, talking about how Yaldabaoth will set you free, and that he only wants to make you perfect. Your flesh is weak, and he will make it he, as in like him personally, will make it strong for Yaldabaoth.
Fucking kidding me.
And then you notice that a vent flap door drops at the opposite end of the hallway, and one of the little leggy centipede things starts moving like in all directions around the wall, like sort of like a Sonic game, how you can run up walls and things like that as if it's nothing. But the leg itself has opened up into like a maw of teeth, as there's like 100 legs, and it's just skittering towards your group.
Throw me one of those incendiary
Fuck this.
grenades.
Fuck this proselytizing legipede. Proselytizing legipede. We did it. Why? I'm not giving you a fucking grenade. We're standing next to you, and it's right there. I start shooting the thing.
We need to set it on fire.
Stetson's let the professionals do their job.
I mean, we're not getting out of here alive, neither is that thing, so, like, throw fire at it.
That's
The fire team has the
The fire!
flamethrowers. Just let
Go,
'em-
fire!
Yeah,
We
go.
all-
Fire,
we
go.
shoot at it, and with our flamethrowers, and I shoot with my gun.
Security, mon. Use firebolt.
Okay. So
We're already
everyone's
doing that.
All right,
Gag
so
these
everybody's focus firing on the leg monster down the hallway, and they're shooting flamethrowers and they're shooting guns, and this thing is like doing a pretty good job of trying to dodge and move around. But roll me attacks for your 3 security personnel.
I got one.
19.
I assume they're proficient and with some sort of
19.
dexterity score.
Yeah, they're proficient.
Oh, I gotta get my security guy out. Hey, that's just a 20. Natural.
20 non-natural.
He's a security guard / deli owner. Oh, that's 20. Sorry, that's not what the accent you used. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. So you guys, this thing is very squirrely. It's moving around. It's getting, it's dodging a lot, but you eventually hit it and it starts to squeal and writhe around, and you guys feel a sense of relief. Stetson, you hear a whisper in your ear.
What?
I feel a sigh of release because I just shit my pants.
Thanks for the maple syrup.
I didn't give anybody maple syrup.
And you feel all of a sudden, because you were a little distracted with the thing that was coming down the hallway, that the half head is sitting on your shoulder. And then all of a sudden you feel like a wet willy, but like a spiked tongue just shoot into your ear canal, and you feel it just rattle around on the inside of your brain.
Can I use the Louisville Slugger to start hitting
knock
it
it
off
out?
my shoulder?
So roll to attack.
Quack, 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 quack.
You know what? Actually, roll me a sanity check. I forgot that was a thing.
A save or a check?
You know what? Save.
Good, because I'm proficient in sanity saves.
Son of a bitch. I love to hate Stetson.
20. Not
Scott,
natural.
I called him.
You're managing to keep a calm, cool head about being tongued in the ear by a demon. Roll attack and a perception check.
What do you want first?
Let's go with perception and then attack.
Perception was a 9,
Okay. You don't notice anything.
and my attack was worse. It's just a 2.
So you are swinging wildly.
Oh my god, all these wasted 20s I had earlier. God damn it.
Perception of everybody else,
Everybody.
the fire team included.
Including the researcher with the
Yes.
with the flesh monster in his ear.
Nope, not that one. That one already did its
All
rolls.
right. Fucking shit.
4 rolls between 18 and 26. The fire team is
14.
sexy.
You all turn around and you see Stetson with a big tongue monster thing sticking in his ear. The head, by the way,
Still Scott
has grown-
Still Scott, not Stetson.
No, me,
no.
Bobo.
I thought it was me.
Stetson
I
has
thought he
the
said
head
Scott
on his
first,
shoulders.
too.
No, he's always said
I've
Stetson.
been
voice.
saying
I thought
Stetson.
I didn't pay attention because I had a low perception roll.
You did, but that's not what I was talking about.
You
I'm
just don't
great.
see it
I'm
happening.
good.
You just don't see anything happening. You're oblivious.
I'll
You-
re-roll.
You know. Stetson, that head almost has like snow crab legs sticking out of the sides of it, and the tongue is just like up into his brain. But also, the rest of you notice that all the rest of the body parts that weren't burned had come. Obviously, it was a diversionary tactic, and they just rolled a better stealth than your passive perception, and they're all on Stetson. And Stetson hasn't noticed, but they're all like going into him.
Oh, even my little antsies.
You don't see any. There's no antsies.
There's no TTs down here.
No, it's just an arm, a torso, a head, and a leg.
Light it.
Or no, not a leg.
Scott's
The
gonna
leg's gone.
dive to the side to make room
Yep.
for the fire team.
Burn him.
I'm gonna start walking.
He was never
towards
my
everyone.
friend.
Burn him. The
So
handbook's clear. Burn him.
okay, and as you guys are just about to burn him, the guy pulls the tongue out of his head and looks straight towards you, and says, "The Nulka will be coming for you, SCP Foundation." And then
Can you repeat that? The Nulka, you said?
too late. The flames have fucking shot down and they've lit Stetson on fire, as well as all the little creepy bits. And all of him lights on fire. Does Stetson do anything as he's on fire? Like, do you
I'm
dance
gonna
around,
Yeah,
run
I'm
away?
gonna take my phone out
Okay.
and call Shayna.
Okay.
Straight to voicemail.
Bring, bring. Click. And like a crackling fireplace as well. Stetson, within a few moments, not very long at all, completely engulfed in flames, drops dead, as well as the little creepy flesh bits. They've sort of curled up and writhing on top of you, in you, kind of, as the blood is sort of cooking there on the ground as well. But it seems to be all the way dead, and this does account for all the parts that were in that room. So yeah,
What about the
Stetson's.
ants?
You guys never saw any ants. Not in the room, not anywhere else. Never saw any ants.
Let's get Scott out of here. And then we'll check for ticks before we get on that elevator.
Okay.
You sure you don't want to check the rest of the facility before we break the containment breach
We're
there,
getting you
Billy?
out of here, and then we're going to send some specialists in.
All right.
I mean, can't we do a scan on this level or anything like that?
You could scan.
See, yeah, let's do
computer,
a full
scan for
full
life forms.
scan on everything.
It's just bringing up your normal, your bodies, as well as the any like containment units that might have an SCP that's living in it. Other than that, you don't see anything.
All right, well, I think that we're pretty much in the clear then.
Are you taking the facility off of lockdown?
I mean, it's not up to me. I'm just a fucking cop.
Why are you?
I think they're just sending me up there, voice and head.
Okay.
And then they're gonna send down MTF 698 Theta clean sweep.
Okay. They do a reconnaissance. They don't find anything. There are no remains of any other creatures. It's hard to tell, if every piece of the body was there just because of how burnt up it is. But as far as they can tell, they go up into the vents, they look around. it seems as though every piece of this guy has been taken care of.
I still feel
Well,
like
that's fucking relief.
we should destroy this whole level.
How do you destroy a level
How do
in
you
the middle
destroy
of
a
a,
level?
a
You're
base?
fair. You're fair. I'm not going back down there. Billy's out.
Okay.
Billy's going to Site 68. This place sucks.
Okay.
Good thing you got all that information for us, Billy. Thanks.
And
We
as
found out.
Billy moves on to his next business venture, that is where we're going to call it. So thanks so much for tuning in. Check us out next time.
You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, Reddit, and Twitch at Botch Podcast. This episode of Botch was brought to you by the Patreon producers. Your weapon of choice, Big Jim, the Nuck Lord, Chronic Skinner, B-Mail, Shanda Panda, Disgruntled Furniture, Chris Wisdom, Zukari, Scabby Goose, Lost Limey, God King, Red Panda Bash,
Bash.
Sapper Supreme, and Swamai.
Stinky.
You want to support us? There's many websites you can do so on. FreedomValleyHorseface.com, DickBlood.club, LizardTeats.com, MookMoke.com, BuyTheseViagra's.com, LouisianaPocketGopher.com, DamnYouDennis.com, BirdsWithPenises.com, Chickums.church, PartyMormons.com, or simply Patreon.com/BotchPodcast, like our newest patron, Shinigami SPQR.
Nailed it.
You are this episode's new patron. Now look, hey, I'm going to say something real quick about the Patreon. We are 14 new patrons away from hitting 100 patrons.
Nice.
We have gotten very close to this. $1 a month, even $3 a month would be helpful just to get us over that 100 patron mark. Has kind of been a goal of mine for a while, and so we are close. If you can do so right now, please support us and get inside this community. It would mean a lot to us, and we'd love to have you.
Give
We
me a
would love
dollar. Give me a dollar.
Give us number for dopamine.
Do we get Skater Boy videos for 100 patrons?
No,
what's the
it's
goal?
1,000.
We're
Oh, it's
taking that
1,000.
down. Yeah,
Okay.
that's getting taken down anyway because we
No,
got
no, we
better
need-
ideas.
Holy
I
shit.
think the public still deserves those Skater Boy and cat crapping videos.
So we're going to take them down and see what's going on. You want to support the show but can't do it financially, head on over to iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you can leave a review, and Chonky will read it out on the show. Thank you to Gozer for intro and outro music. More of them at Gozer_music on all social media, or find them on Spotify where their record is out now. Thank you to Emily Swan for album art. You can find her all over the internet at a swan named Emily. You want to send something to the show? Do it at P.O. Box 3178, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania 17325, and Chonky will open it up on stream. We salute you, Shinigami SPQR. You are this episode's
Redacted.
Redacted. And
The opposite of nailed that.
and as always,
As you're called in for an interrogation of some sort of metahuman cult creature, and you just ignore the handbook and let the site scientists and investigators come with you into the room up in the theater, shout botched, and maybe you'll get the person you were supposed to protect killed, and with no information.
we'll see you next week, nerds.
You can support each of us in our own little different ways. My first comic book has come out, and if you'd like to purchase it, you can head on over to www.hiveheadstudios.com, where you can even download a free sample of the book to see if it's something, up your alley. You can also support me over at patreon.com/hiveheadstudios. You can support Steve's stuff over at YouTube or TikTok or any of his other social media at He Who Is Steve. You can support Phil on Patreon or Twitch at Imaginary Nomad, and you can check out Chonky every so often on Twitch at Chonky_Kong. Oh.
I'm going to put some soda in this vodka.
Oh, soda. I should have got a fucking soda.
Soda.
I spilled my
You know what?
soda in my lap.
I'm going to get me a fucking soda, huh?
Everybody thinks I peed my pants,
Get me a
but I
fucking
didn't.
soda.
I just spilled my soda. Oh, no.